Hi peoples, it's this little Cherie, and I'm laughing because I'm going to try and make this video shorter. The last one was like 9 minutes. Okay, so the gist of it is, let's see if I can talk quickly. Nope, I can't talk quickly. Oh, okay. Well, this video might be 9 minutes long too. We'll see. Hi, I'm publishing a book, and I feel like I should tell people about it for liability's sake. Maybe a little bit of an explanation is in order. So, when I was younger, I did a lot of writing. I was having experiences with the Lord that were profoundly transformational for me, very moving for me, and I wrote after each encounter, and those blurbs that I wrote, I shared with a few people. And some people were deeply touched. Some people were weirded out and totally misunderstood what was happening to me. And so that was really, at the time, it was devastating actually to have something so personal and so meaningful to me misunderstood. And to hear people's reaction was very hard. Anyway, but a number of people, especially those that knew me well and knew that these encounters were legit and that the Lord was simply loving me in the way I'd always wanted to be loved, they were very blessed by my blurbs, as I call them, and told me that I should publish them. Well, I thought about that for a while, but never felt like I had the green light until last year when I felt the Lord say, publish your book. And I said, okay, and I was so excited. So I looked at all the options and was fairly quickly, immediately overwhelmed and eventually paralyzed because there were just so many different ways to publish, self-publish. I looked at my blurbs and thought, what do I even put in a book? How do I put them in? How do I incorporate scripture? What about illustrations? And after a while, as some of you know, I just kind of gave up and said, yeah, maybe not. At the beginning of 2018, I felt convicted that I'd been like that guy in the parable who buried his talent in the dirt and he got in big trouble for it. Well, I felt like that guy. Like I had buried my Blurb book in the dirt because I was freaked out. And so I said, okay, God, I'll look at publishing again. So I dug it up, figuratively speaking, and dusted it off and began to think about publishing, but didn't really do anything. Well, I did. I looked back in some of my old emails and I found an email conversation that I'd had with a guy from some publishing place. And I thought, well, I'll just send him another email. And I said, hey, you haven't heard from me for a while, but I've decided to kind of re-engage in the whole publishing thing. And you can let me know what, the next step would be. This is how much money I have. And he immediately responded and said, oh, well, we have a publishing package on sale right now and you don't have quite enough money, but it's just a few $100s more. And then he went on to tell me everything that you get in the package. And it sounded pretty good. But I wasn't really paying too much attention. But I happened to mention it to my parents because I was visiting them at the time. And I told them, yeah, well, I've been talking to this guy and there's this publishing package on sale and this is what you get for it. And I described it and I thought, I'm thinking seriously about publishing again. And my parents were very affirming and encouraging. And they said, I think you should do it. So I said, well, yeah, okay, I will talk to Rob. Because I thought, Rob, well, that'll be the litmus test. So I came home, I sat down, I gave the whole spiel to Rob, told him all about it. And he sat in his chair and played on his phone and listened to me the way he does. And at the end of my big long spiel, he said, I like it. I think you should do it. And so I basically didn't have a doubt at that point, but that God wanted me to do it because Rob, hello. So I decided to go for it. So I sent the guy an email and I said, I've decided to buy your publishing package. And he phoned me immediately and said, great, here's how you pay. And so I did. And then they sent me electronically the contract which I still have to figure out how to sign. I've never electronically signed anything before, and send it back to them. And then they'll be publishing my book. So in the near future, I don't know, 6 months from now or something, you'll be able to buy a copy of my book. My book. And so I just wanted to warn you that that's happening. If you want to, please say a prayer for me, because it is kind of a vulnerable thing for me to do, especially because I've gotten negative feedback in the past from some of the things that I've written. Now, I've come a long way since then. I've been through a whole journey with the Lord, and I really don't feel I don't feel nearly as much ownership of these blurbs as I used to. It's like, well, people will think what they think of them, and I'll go on my merry way. So I'm grateful to God for that, but I would appreciate prayer that whatever happens with the Blurb book, that I wouldn't be so emotionally attached to it that I would be devastated or elated. I would just take it for what it is and continue to cling to the Lord. 6 minutes, that's better than 9 minutes. Okay, I think this is the video that I'll use. Anyway, thank you for listening, and save up your pennies, because in 6 months you're going to be able to buy my book. Right? You are going to buy my book. I know a few of you will. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.